Hello guys, welcome back to Hot Movies. Today, I'm going to recap a 2001 romance drama movie, Sex and Lucia. In the start, we see Lucia is a waiter at a local restaurant. While working, she phones her boyfriend, Lorenzo, with whom she has had problems. Before leaving, she apologizes to Lorenzo for talking to him harshly, claiming that it is her mistake for being so harsh on him. He tells her it's not her fault because she was correct about everything. She tells him that she is happy with him and that he does not need to make any extra efforts, but he emphasizes that she is correct in her assessment that she lives with a sick person, and so she has the right to leave if desired. She assures him that they will work on every problem they have, and that she can take a leave so that they may go on vacation to his home island, which he has always mentioned, so that they can work on themselves, sort out their problems, and have fun together. However, he turns down saying that he is not going to any island and that she should let go. While she attempts to persuade him, her co-workers call her to tell that they are overworked at the restaurant and need more help. She wants to leave after serving the dinner. She takes up her coat and informs the boss that she needs to meet Lorenzo. Her boss jokes that what Lorenzo wants is for her to take him to a shrink, so she rushes home and enters the house, calling his name in a high voice. She tries to turn on the light but discovers that the bulb has been broken. She notices something weird near the kitchen entrance and window, so she steps into the kitchen and looks through the kitchen window. As she calls out Lorenzo's name, one of the kitchen things startles her, and she receives a phone call. When she comes to the living room to answer the phone, she finds a letter from Lorenzo lying next the phone. She answers the phone, and the caller is the police. They question whether it is Lorenzo's residence and if she is related to one another. She informs them she is his girlfriend and finds the letter in which Lorenzo tells her he is leaving and will never return, begs her not to look for him, and says he leaves her with nothing but himself. She falls on the floor. The police keep phoning her, but she figures the horrible news they have for her will be unbearable, so she refuses to answer the phone. When she regains her calm, she goes to the wardrobe to get some of her belongings while viewing the naked photos she shot with Lorenzo. Then she takes a flight out of the country to Lorenzo's most well-known but recently despised island. When she arrives, she checks into a hotel and visits the restaurant. Later, a man approaches her, but she leaves. While riding out, she reminisces about her first meeting with Lorenzo, which was roughly 6 years ago. 6 years back, she finds herself near a hollow, and Lorenzo is having sex with an unknown woman. After giving this lady the most amazing sex of her life, the lady Elena asks if she needs to know who he is, but he says it's less complicated if she does not ask. She asks him for 2 suggestions, and he tells her he comes from Madrid and that today is his birthday. She tells him she lives in Valencia and that she is a cook. Unluckily for Elena, the event results in her being pregnant. She remains in her room, staring at her stomach while attempting to make repeated calls to her boss. She fails to reach him. Therefore, she leaves a message informing him that she is pregnant and intends to search for her sugar daddy, whom she believes is in Madrid. On the flip side, Lorenzo, a writer who has writer's block, talks to a coworker about wanting to create a novel and decides if he would fit out to be a writer. He goes to get a cigarette and encounters Lucia. She says him that she has something to tell him, and although leaving a friend, he waits to speak with her. She claims she knows him, she has read his novels, and follows him. She informs him she works at the restaurant opposite of the bar, and her boss is nice, but he desires her to live with him. She is certain that Lorenzo is the one who she wants to live with, and she is completely in love with him. He is astounded by her confidence, and she now tells him that he is free to leave and return to his friend, but he doesn't. She assures him that he will be in love with her, and they leave for another bar, where they drink and smoke before he brings her home inebriated. She asks him to do anything he wants with her, but he does nothing. The next day, she wakes up first and walks around the home. She goes to see him on the bed, and they have sex. They get closer, and he continues to write his book. On the other side, Elena gives birth to a girl child. Lorenzo also begins to fall in love with Lucia, admitting to having his best sex with her and taking countless sex and nude photos together. Lucia is currently at the beach with the man Carlos, the guy she met at her hotel, and she watches him dive. After he finishes, they discuss diving and become friends. He then brings her to the motel where he stays. At the motel, she meets Elena, the motel's owner who shared a nightstand with Lorenzo, and Elena greets her. Elena inquires if she would remain for dinner and informs her that it is a motel in case she wishes to stay at their dwelling. She brings Lucia about the house, and Lucia picks a room and stays there. The next day, Lucia and Elena get close when they talk about Carlos, and Lucia asks Elena what her relationship is with Carlos. Elena claims they only have occasional sex because she believes it is healthier and allows them to maintain sex without attachment. Lucia recalls her past with Lorenzo. Lorenzo continues writing his book, and he gives her the copy to read. She reads it, although she tells him it's too cheery, and she expected a sad ending as in his first work. He is disappointed and walks away. On his birthday, he meets with his editor and a friend for an unexpected birthday celebration. His editor reminds him of the same day about 4 years ago where he met a random lady. He informs him that his sister works as a babysitter for a girl she assisted in the delivery of about 4 years ago, and the girl is Luna, his one-night stand child with Elena. He does not wish Elena to find out about him, so he pays Luna a secret visit at her school. There, he encounters Luna's nanny Belen, meets Luna at the beach, and tells her in secret that he would like to be her father, and they continue to see Belen. When Luna reveals that she does not have a father, Belen responds that she does not either because her mother was a porn actress who has recently retired after meeting a man she loves, and he tells her to try to attract her mother's lover, Antonio. Lorenzo continues to write about his current experiences. Belen plays pornographic videos. While Antonio is present and she receives what she needs from him, she tells this to Lorenzo, who is enthusiastic about the details in his book. She invites him to Elena's place, explaining that Elena will not be present and that Elena will let her to bring a boyfriend. So when he gets there that evening, they have dinner, and he tells Luna a tale to bring her to sleep. As Luna falls asleep, he goes to Belen, and they begin having sex. While they are having sex, Luna awakens and enters the room. She knocks and disturbs them, and they watch as the family dog, thinking Luna is an enemy, and attacks her, killing her. Lorenzo flees in fear as Belen is treated at the hospital. Elena contacts Belen to say she finds it reassuring to hear her sob. Lorenzo also becomes unhappy. He stops writing, and Lucia is concerned that his writings are just about sex and gloom, which damages his relation with her. He meets his editor, who assures him Elena is okay and on the island, so he begins interacting with her. He wakes up one night and informs Lucia that he is finishing the book and that he no longer wants to be a writer. This sparks a fight, and she leaves the house. It turns out that Lorenzo is still alive and in the hospital, recovering. Elena and Lucia closer at the island and discover that Carlos is Antonio, who has been reported missing for months alongside Belen and her mother. Lucia mentions a man raised on that island in their relationship. Elena makes the link and walks away, and Lucia notices a picture of Luna and recalls the girl from Lorenzo's book. She notices Elena writing to a person she considers a friend. Lorenzo, on the flip side, wakes up and asks his friend about Lucia, who claims Lucia had presumed he is dead and that she may be on the island, and thus he visits the island. Elena approaches Carlos on the island. She is unwilling to let things go again and asks if Carlos was present in the room when her daughter died. He rejects it, claiming it was another man Belen met with her daughter, and the man is disappeared. Elena sends Carlos away and intends to contact the cops, but Lucia, who is now linking the dots, goes looking for him. As Elena turns Lucia to bring her back, she sees Lorenzo, hugs him, and cries for the first time before heading to the beach to locate Lucia. As Lucia returns home, she greets Lorenzo and tries to hug him. The two women try to figure out the situation, and the film ends here. I hope you enjoyed the video, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.